Okay, so Ooblets developers who have been harassed and attacked by entitled backers and Steam users have finally come forth to talk about what has been happening to them. And they have released this piece here on medium.com to open up to talk about all the harassment and attacks they have received recently. So let's read together. Hey, this is Ben. My wife Rebecca and I have been the target of a pretty big internet storm for the last 5 days following our Epic Game Store timed exclusive announcements of our Ooblets. We've been trying to make ourselves as available as possible to maintain and open discourse with the newcomers, some friendly, some extremely aggressive, and unfortunately, quite a number of them have decided to cross multiple lines into the realm of harassment. We wanted to take the time to put together an official statement in regard to all that. So it's what I talked about during my last videos. A lot of people who didn't even know the game existed came forth to attack these people, these two people, the husband and the wife, because they decided to become an Epic Store exclusive game. I mean, they're going to release their game exclusively on Epic Store, and a lot of people. I mean, it's kind of like this is what's really happening. A lot of very famous YouTubers are, spreading hate towards these people just because they really like Steam and they don't like Epic Store because of some reasons here or there. I mean, it's just like, why are these people even so loyal to Steam? It doesn't really make sense. Steam doesn't owe you anything. But anyway, let's continue reading the story here. For the past 30 years, I've been interacting with an audience that has always been understanding, friendly, and appreciative of our very open and transparent style. Our devlogs, newsletters, and social media have always had a specific tone to them, reflected in the game as well. We don't take ourselves too seriously and maintain that throughout our multiple communication channels. It's what I saw, it's what I perceived during their message in which they announced their partnership with the Epic Store. They were very friendly. It's the atmosphere that they have created for themselves and for the game. So it was not condescending. They were not trying to make fun of people. Some people were actually claiming that they were actually, joking about the people who attack other authors because of the fact that they decided to be an Epic exclusive store. But anyway, let's continue reading this. It's been that way for as long as we've been around. That's why we were totally unprepared for the attention we got from the broader gaming internet community, which was fueled by a deep misunderstanding of the tongue-in-cheek tone as condescending and patronizing. It's what I said, but anyway, those people who are literally functional illiterates and didn't even understand what was going on. It's just mind-boggling. It's just incredible how many people can't actually understand the essence of a text. But anyway, let's continue reading on with this news piece. I did expect a small percentage of that outside group to read our announcement, and I very naively thought what we were saying might get, than to see the whole EGS debate as light-heartedly as we did. By engaging directly with that crowd, I mistakenly thought I could have some impact on their opinions and emotions. A very big mistake, because of those people's emotions and opinions and mindsets are not going to change regarding Epic Game Store. Okay, and diffuse the situation with some light-hearted criticism of the main things that drove them to attack people. You can see how well that went. It was a stupid miscalculation on my part. A very stupid miscalculation indeed. Our decision and announcement were immediately picked up by extremely polarized people on certain subreddits who began to flood our Discord and spread out across the internet. Just fucking incredible how those things go, right? Just because, it's the hive mind effect. A lot of people just go with the crowd. They can't actually think for themselves. It's pretty sad actually when you think about it, because we humans are supposed to be more dependent of the animals, but it actually turns out that we aren't. This further generated confusion and misunderstanding around our town. As new users stream it, as new users stream it into our Discord, hurling insults, accusations, and demanding satisfaction over a game they had never heard of, which is what I covered during my last video. A lot of people didn't even hear about this game until then. Our community with me leading the town wasn't very welcoming to their behavior. I very foolishly engaged with these people, sometimes just answering them, sometimes making jokes, very big mistake. You should not have engaged with those people, just ignore hate. It's what I do. And after saying things in exasperation, it was obviously a mistake to engage in that way. I unintentionally threw a lot of fuel on the fire. Yeah, you exactly did that. I mean, it's what I do pretty much every day here. When you know, Epic Game Store surfaces into the internet, when it becomes the point of attention again, it's what I do. I throw fuel into the fire because I want to fight the people who feel very entitled to, you know, force other people not to make certain decisions because they don't like them. Because my messages were screenshotted without any of that context, and sometimes specifically rearranged to change the context or outrightly fabricated. Yeah, some people, when they run out of arguments, they actually start to create their own. You know, they pick your messages, they cherry pick whatever you have said to adapt so that those messages fit their narrative and share it back amongst where the hate mobs were mobilizing. To try to reinject a little context into how you might conceptualize this situation, note that we've gotten literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of messages on every conceivable platform. I can't actually imagine myself doing something like that. For example, I was a very big fan of Mass Effect, and in fact, I actually still am, but I never went to their boards. I never tried to find their emails so that I could complain to them about what what they did with Mass Effect Andromeda. I didn't do that. I mean, it's just not something that you should do. I mean, it's a business. If you don't like a certain product, then just return it, or don't buy anything from that company afterwards. It's what I did. I mean, it's what I did. I didn't buy Ethan because I don't agree with BioWare's new direction. But anyway, let's continue with this piece here. We see a lot more than we ever could looking in from outside, and the worst of it usually gets deleted or sent to us privately. Here's a quick, very brief sampler for our taste. Again, serious content warning, and apologies for not censoring this, but this is the reality of the situation. And I imagine that this is pretty much the worst they got. Okay, so the first the first message regarding for harassment that they received is this one right here. I really hope you and your horror wife. Wow, seriously, why do you? I mean, you don't even know the wife, and you just come forth to say that she's a whore. I mean, seriously. Okay, horror wife of yourselves after your game flops. It won't flop because it's on Epic Games Steam Store, and they're going to receive pretty much all the money that they would have made if they had released the game. I mean, decided to release the game on all the possible stores. And it makes a lot of sense that you showed your head in Epic's ass for a few extra bucks. It's not that, because by going Epic exclusive, they're making sure they're going to receive at least the same amount they've invested into the game for a few extra bucks after finding out you are a Jew. Seriously, why even point that out that she's a Jew? Okay, seriously. Swallow Bleach, who seeks Patreon support, then goes to Epic. Wow, seriously, what the fuck is going on with these people? I just can't believe the kind of thing I'm actually reading this. It's just mind-boggling. It's just incredible how these people are just becoming aggressive because of a decision someone made. A decision someone they didn't even know about until recently. Who seeks Patreon support, then goes to Epic. Have fun with the 30 people that will play this abomination of a game. It'll actually be more people than that because people will actually forget about this tomorrow. If I see you on the streets, you're going to have your faces smashed in as a wake-up call, Mr. Entitled. Oh, seriously. Holy shit. That is a threat, and it's, I mean, if I had received something as seriously as that, I would have I would have sought the police. I would have looked for the police to, to tell them this sort of stuff which is actually happening. Not that I think this kind of people actually have the guts to actually attack me on the streets, but you can never be sure about that. But anyway, this game is gonna flop so hard, Lemo. Actually, it already is. That got the nigger. Even said the N word here. But anyway, I'm not going actually through all this because it's just a lot. But anyway, I've already made my point. These people are ridiculous. This whole situation is ridiculous, and it's all because some people can't understand that some people are going to make a decision that they don't like. That some developers are, have every right to make whatever decision they think is best for their business. And just like I said, it's a business. Gaming is a business, especially for indie developers. They have to worry a lot and care a lot about their income, how much are they going to make, their profits. But anyway, that was it for today. Thanks for watching.